Alright, so you finally cracked the code on organic dropshipping and your videos are getting millions and millions of views and you get banned on Shopify Payments. So it's time to retire from dropshipping forever and get back to the 9 to 5 and be miserable for the rest of your life. Alright. Obviously, I'm just kidding. There are multiple ways of getting around getting banned from Shopify Payments. When you get the dreadful note, we can no longer accept payments via Shopify Payments. I've gone through the same thing with my own products, and if you're running a product like this, then you've most likely experienced something similar to this. And I've not only had those troubles, I've overcame them, and I've done multiple 6 figures in sales via other payment providers. And in this video, I'm gonna share with you my story, exactly what happened to me, and hopefully you guys can learn from it and still keep printing with those products and not have to drop it because of payment providers. Okay, so now you may be asking yourself, who is this random guru on YouTube talking about dropshipping and why the hell should I listen to him? Well, if you don't know already, my name is Alex and I've done over 500K in revenue from organic dropshipping and well over 1 billion views. In these 2 videos, I reveal 2 of my winning products that made me over 100,000 in sales combined, and here are a couple of my other stores for products that I can reveal soon, but not quite yet. Okay, so the first thing you could try when you get banned from Shopify Payments is simply creating a new Shopify store. But most likely, if it's a product like this, they're gonna tell you we can't support products like that, and that's usually the reason why they stop accepting payments through Shopify Payments. So if you do create another store, you might be able to get another couple months out of that store, and it mostly depends on what numbers you're doing. So if you're doing like 50K months, it might even be less than a month that you get out of a new store. That's actually what I did initially. I did create a second store for the product that I can't reveal. It's not this one. I thought about running this one, but I didn't end up actually running it. Anyways, yeah, I created a second store. I soon also got banned from Shopify Payments on that store as well. And at this point, I didn't want to risk creating a third store. You know, maybe I'd get more time out of that one. But if you keep creating stores, you run the risk of getting banned from Shopify Payments for life, which you definitely do not want to risk. You may not even want to risk creating a second store, if I'm being honest with you, because it's just not worth the risk. There's so many good products out there where you're not gonna have the risk of getting banned from Shopify Payments. A payment provider is worth infinitely more than a single product. So now the next step here, most people would probably think, okay, we're gonna try out Stripe. Stripe is one of the most well-known payment providers, and for most people is the next step after Shopify Payments is to try out Stripe. And that's what I did. Okay, that's exactly what I did. But if I were to go back and tell myself, if I could go back and tell myself, I would tell myself, don't touch Stripe with a 10-foot pole and try this other payment provider instead. And I'll get to that later. Yeah, so I didn't know that, so I tried Stripe. I was good for a little while, but at the time I was kind of printing, so I was doing upwards of 50K months probably. Stripe didn't last too long. I think my first accounts might have lasted like a month. And then the second one, because I have 2 stores now. So I had a Stripe account for each store. And yeah, the second store probably lasted a little less than a month. And then eventually both accounts say, okay, we can no longer accept payments anymore because we can't support products like this. I won't get into that. The next thing I tried was creating a second Stripe account for each store. You know, you can create multiple Stripe accounts for each Shopify store. So that's what I tried next. And the second ones got banned even faster. I was able to get maybe another couple weeks out of them, but no more than that. Now what happens around this time, this is what you need to watch for, okay? When Stripe sends you a message saying they're gonna hold your payouts and we're gonna review your account, or we're putting all your payments on hold. When they put all your payments on hold and they're not giving you anything, I'm not talking about partial holds, I'm talking about a full hold. We're not gonna pay you anything. That's when you need to run. You need to get out. You need to get out. Because most likely, product like this, they're gonna boot you. They're gonna say we can no longer accept payments completely, but they usually will tell you we can't accept payments anymore after holding onto your money and not giving it out to you. Okay, even after you decide to move on, they're still gonna have all your money and they're not gonna want to give it back to you. And I know that sounds crazy, but I have 40,000+ on hold in Stripe right now, and they are not giving it back to me. And trust me, I've tried everything. And keep in mind that 40,000 is pure profit. That's pure like money in my pocket, because I already paid my creators, I already paid the supplier, I already paid all the fees, the Shopify fees, I already paid everything. And I didn't get any of the money. I'm still fighting for it. It's across those 4 different Stripe accounts that I mentioned, and there's only so much you can do. You know, obviously when they did the review, like I appealed the accounts and everything, and they're like, okay, we still can't accept payments. And I'm like, okay, when can I get my money? And initially they had a payout date. Okay, we're gonna hold it for 3 months and then we're gonna pay it out to you. That's great, that's fine. That's what Shopify did. They're like, okay, we can't accept payments anymore. You have this money on hold. We're gonna pay it to you at this point, you know, just because they're worried about chargebacks for more expensive products. So, okay, Shopify eventually gives me my money, and that's fine. What happened to me with Stripe, they just never gave me my money. The date passed, and I'm like, okay, I emailed them, like, the payout date is passed, and I'm still not getting my money. On one of my accounts now, I think there's like roughly 7,000 in there. They're like, okay, we're gonna give it to you on this date. It's like, I don't know, however many months after that date is actually in a few days. So we pray, but I've contacted them so many times and really just gotten nowhere. Like, Stripe support is a nightmare. It is so bad. They don't have phone support. I can't call and talk to anyone. It's only email support. They don't even have chat support. 90% of my conversations with them was just different people telling me the same thing. Yeah, they tell me we can no longer accept payments, and then they're like, any pending transaction is gonna be refunded, and like they just tell me this like 3-4 step thing every single time. They tell me the same thing. After I get through all that bullshit, then they're like, okay, we can't give you your money. We're gonna keep your money. Or like, I don't know, they don't say exactly like that. It's like, your money is not going to be made available to you. And then they cite some section of their policy that says nothing. It's a nightmare. And I tried reaching out to them in different ways other than email. I've tried LinkedIn and Facebook, and they didn't respond at all. I guess that was a waste of time because they didn't even get back to me. So long story short, if Shopify Payments bans you and says we cannot support products like this, I would say do not go anywhere near Stripe. And if you do try Stripe, right when they put a hold on your payments, you need to switch immediately, because that money, well, either it's gonna be on hold for months, or you're just not gonna get it. So back to what happened to me when my Stripe accounts were starting to get a little sketchy. It looked like they were gonna get banned again when I was on like my second round of Stripe accounts, and I'm like, this looks like exactly what happened with the first round when they got taken down. So I'm like, I need to find another payment provider. So I looked through a bunch of them, and the one I landed on was PayPal Payflow Pro. Just a fair warning about PayPal though. So you'll get like 6% fee from PayPal, and then of course Shopify takes 1% when you're using a different provider. And then the infrastructure for Payflow itself is not great. But the good thing is that you only have to use Payflow for the setup. And after that, everything is done in the normal PayPal business manager that you're probably already using for your Shopify store to deal with chargebacks and disputes. So everything will go through there, and that is pretty user-friendly, which is a good thing. And the thing with PayPal is they have phone support, and the phone support is actually helpful. It's actually helpful. The support is so much better than Stripe, and I had to figure everything out completely myself, and it helps so much. They're actually helpful. But yeah, so when you set up your Payflow account, you need to be able to select PayPal as your merchant. Right? To be able to do that, you have to have applied for PayPal Payments Pro first, which I hadn't done. So I kind of just picked a random merchant because I thought I was gonna be able to use PayPal. And then I had to go through a whole thing of trying to switch the merchant account that I was using. So make sure you sign up for PayPal Payments Pro first, and then sign up for your Payflow account, and it should be fairly easy. So if you want the links to these two things, Payflow and PayPal Payments Pro, I can send you the links. Just DM me on Instagram, PayPal links, and I'll send you the 2 links that'll direct you to exactly where you need to go. So yeah, this was about 3 months ago at this point that I switched to using PayPal. Yeah, the fees are a little high, but I have not had any issues yet. I've done roughly something over 150,000 in sales through PayPal, and I haven't had any big issues. Okay, they did a big like review on my account where I had to provide, every single little detail. Now, obviously I have like an LLC already set up and stuff in the US, so that that part wasn't that big of a deal for me. Yeah, so I passed the review and they decided to put a 20% hold on my account, just because the product was like high risk of chargebacks, just because it was more expensive. More expensive products just tend to have a high risk of chargebacks. And yeah, so they put a 20% hold a couple months back now, but they actually gave me a date on when I was gonna get the money. You know, it's a 6-month hold, and I have the exact date for, you know, I'm gonna have a whole bunch of money coming in this January, I believe. So yeah. Shopify, they'll give you your money even if they say we can't accept payments from you anymore. Stripe, who knows? They might not. Who knows if I'll ever get the money? They'll take your money and they'll just hold. They'll just hold it. PayPal has been good to me so far, so I'm just hoping that anyone who sees this who is in a similar situation to me, that this helps you a lot, because it was probably one of the most stressful times of my dropshipping journey so far, because when you have thousands of people coming to your store every day, multiple, 2, 3, 4,000 people every day, and it's a product that converts well, and you don't know if you have a way to take their money, accept their money. They want to give you the money, but you don't even know if you have a way to accept it. It's a feeling like no other. And when you get that email, we can no longer accept payments, bro, you gotta be on that shit instantly, bro. And you might be wondering, what is this big product that you're talking about that you're making all this money with? Well, I'm actually gonna reveal it. I'm gonna reveal it very soon. There's a specific reason I'm not revealing it yet, and you guys will see. It should hopefully be in the next couple months. So if you guys are interested in seeing the product that made me over 200,000 in sales, then make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. And if you're interested in working for me as a creator and learning from me what I've learned from my, over 1 billion views, 500K in sales, then I have a link in my description to sign up to work for me as a creator. I'm already working with a few of you guys, and it's been great meeting a lot of you, and some of you are starting to kill it. And just so you know, if you keep killing it, then there might be a chance that you get a little case study on the channel, how I made my subscriber rich, something like that. Yeah, but this was a little bit of different type of video, and I don't see many people in the organic dropshipping space talk about this. Yeah, so hopefully I helped some of you guys out and made your journey a little bit easier. So that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.